So hi everyone, K-Rox the Wolf back with another video, and today I will be giving you guys some basic information on what the furry fandom is. This is basically a dummy's guide to the furry fandom. Call it whatever you want. Just know, yeah, this is a guide for new furries that are joining the fandom. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the term furry itself. A furry is a person who likes anthropomorphic animals. And while we're at it, I'll also describe what anthropomorphic animals exactly are. So anthropomorphic animals are animal characters with human-like traits, such as wearing human clothing, walking, talking, and stuff like that. Name your own human traits if you want to add any, I guess. And also, I'll throw in this while we're at it. This is one of the biggest misconceptions about the furries, about the furry fandom and furries themselves. Not everybody in this fandom wears fursuits. I have done research, and only about 10 to 15% of all the furries actually own a fursuit. And I am not one of them currently, but yeah, that's off the point. Now, next thing that I'm gonna be explaining is a fursona. So, fursonas are basically one of the main ingredients of your furry ID. I call it, because it's one of the main ways how other furries are gonna recognize you in this fandom. So a fursona is basically a drawn or animated or whatever the hell else furry version of yourself, or with better words, an animal representation of yourself. Now, fursonas, as I said, they are a crucial ingredient for your furry ID, and they are a way to express you and present yourself to other furries in a way that you would like to see yourself. Now, your persona might also just be something that you really admire, but it has to be something that when you look at, you can feel that it represents you, not someone else. As long as you can look at the picture and just tell that, oh yeah, that represents me, that's me, then go on. That can be your persona. It's your choice what species and color patterns and whatever the hell else to pick. Now, another thing. Now, I know that I said that furries are people who have an interest in anthropomorphic animals, but here's the thing. You can have that liking for anthro animals without being actually in the fandom. That's just to clear the air, honestly, right now. Uh, but when you start like following other furry creators or making your own furry art, that's when you're already in the fandom. That's when you are interacting with the fandom and basically participating in it in some way. Uh, And now, these are like some things that probably not, these are not probably all of the things, but these are like the main things that furries do, just so that you know. I don't know, maybe you need to know that information for explaining what furries are to your family or something. I don't know. Um, so the most common and most known thing that furries do is going to meetups and conventions. Now this is the part where I do really recommend having a fursuit with you, no matter what kind of fursuit, just one that matches you. It can be commissioned or it can be made by yourself, but it's it plays a big role in furry meetups. It's not obligatory and necessary to have one, but I would absolutely recommend having one. Now, speaking of commissioning something, commissions and for art and fursuits and art itself is another thing that furries do and are actually a great thing. So commissions are mostly for like a way to get art or fursuits or stuff like that for people who do have money, but they don't have the skill to make that product themselves. And honestly, art itself as a thing is one of the core ingredients of this fandom and like this community altogether. Because I would say more than 50% of this fandom have done or are still doing some sort of furry art slash anthro art. Um, which is actually really good because it helps you develop your creativity. And honestly, yes, the furry fandom is one of the most creative if fandoms out there. And if we're comparing stuff, then I would also say one of the friendliest, if not the most friendly communities out there. Because I've read Reddit posts and I've seen YouTube videos and a lot of other things proving that. And also experienced them myself, and which prove that furries are one of the most polite and nice people out there. And I don't really have anything else to say about that. So yeah, next time you think something or someone else thinks something bad about this fandom, show them this video or some other video that like describes the furry fandom. I do recommend Beta 8 and the Lotus videos. They are absolutely a game changer in situations when you're stuck and need tips for basically how to be a furry. Um, and I'd say this is basically it for today's video. Make sure to click one of these bangers on the sides, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!